How's it going, guys? Alex here from Grind Soccer. In this video, I want to show you guys my full speed session and what I like to do to improve my speed during my off season. Now, before I start this video, I just want to say for the record that I am not a certified speed coach and I do not have experience coaching players with their speed. I am a soccer player who has put hours upon hours of research into speed development and how I can improve it for myself, and I've done many different sessions that I feel like have developed my speed during the course of my off season, and I want to share that with you all. So I just want to say for the record, please take all the information I give out with a grain of salt. I'm not saying it with certainty, I'm saying it with the research I have done with it. Now, to actually improve speed for soccer, there are three main components you must train. The first of which is your max velocity. Your max velocity is how fast you can run in a linear direction with good mechanics. The second component is your acceleration, or how fast you can reach top speed with a good first step. And the third thing is your change of direction, which is your ability to react to a certain situation and shift your body's momentum to accelerate into a different direction. By training these three fundamental components of speed for soccer, you'll be able to see enhanced performance on the pitch athletically, and you'll feel a lot more quicker and faster than your opponents. Now, in this session, I make sure to include a variety of different drills that train all three components of speed, as well as added plyometrics to really increase my body's explosiveness and power. I'll go more into depth about why I'm doing each and every drill in this video, and I'll give a voiceover to explain why I'm doing it. Anyways, I'm going to jump straight into the video. I don't want to take your time by talking too much. I hope you guys enjoy this session, and I hope you guys find some value from it. See you at the end.
Alright guys, so to start off my speed session, I started off with some simple speed mechanics. This was to get the body warm and to prepare my body for the sprint I was going to do. But speed mechanics is also great to work on your sprinting technique, and it teaches your body how to be able to sprint at max velocity with correct form. The speed mechanic drills you see me doing here are really designed to be able to help me drive my knee higher, help me drive my knee with more force with a dorsiflexed ankle, and to be able to pull that leg down and be able to drive my arms in coordination with my driving knee. I recommend doing each of these speed mechanic drills for about 2 rounds or 3 rounds of 20 yards. This is to make sure your body's really warm and ready for the session. After a solid dynamic warm-up, I moved into some activation drills with the resistance band. Activation is really important, especially on days where you're working at high intensity with lots of sprints, because you want to make sure none of your muscles are unactivated and overcompensating for any other muscles. For me, my hamstrings and glutes sometimes don't fire properly, so I do these drills to make sure I wake them up and to get them ready for the session. It's not 100% necessary to do activation, but I personally found out that doing activation before my training sessions has greatly reduced my risk of injury, because all my muscles are firing properly and all my muscles are woken up, and I'm not having any muscles overcompensate for any unactivated muscles. So I highly recommend you guys invest in some resistance bands and start doing some activation. But again, it's not necessary, it's just what I like to do. It helps me warm up properly, so I really recommend it for all of you. The final part of my warm-up was some simple ladder drills. Many people have the misconception that the ladders are useless and they have no use and that athletes should avoid them, but in reality, the ladders are really good and effective at improving your foot speed, your foot coordination, and your mind-foot connection, as well as being just a great tool to warm up before intense sessions. If you guys would like some more reasons as to why the agility ladder is still effective for footballers and why you shouldn't completely abandon it, then you guys can check out the blog post I wrote on my website. The link will be in the description below. For the drills you see on screen, I performed each for about 3 to 5 reps to make sure my body was ready and warm. Now we're moving in to some plyometrics mixed with some acceleration work. So for this first drill, you see all we're doing is we're bounding off one leg and we're sticking, which means we're absorbing the force as we make contact with the ground, and then we reproduce that force, get to the next part of the cone, and then as we get to that last cone, we're gonna push the floor with all our force and sprint. This next drill is the same thing as the first drill. We're making sure to stick that landing, absorbing that force, working on that stability, and then working on that explosive first step as we reach the last cone. After working on the stick and being able to absorb that force, now we're solely working on lower limb plyometrics, being able to explode and push the ground away from us with each and every step. And as we reach the last cone, push with all the force we have into the ground and propel ourselves forward into a sprint. Again, this next drill you see on screen is just a variation of the first one, except this time we're pushing the ground laterally, we're pushing the ground away from us in a horizontal direction, and then pushing the ground away from us on that last cone into a sprint. After working on our lower limb plyometrics, we're moving into some more force production, we're moving into some more powerful and explosive plyometrics. So for this drill you see on screen, push the ground away from you with both feet. It's a bilateral exercise, and try to get your knees to your chest, and on that last cone, really open up and sprint. This next drill is a variation from the last one, except this time we're doing unilateral plyometrics. We're really working on being able to push the ground away from us with one foot and then land on that last cone and push into an acceleration phase. Those last few exercises were a combination of plyometrics with some acceleration work, but the drills you see here on screen are solely working on the technique for acceleration, solely working on being able to push that floor away from us and be able to accelerate into max speed at a 45-degree angle, really pushing off that glute. As you see in this drill, we're just in a deficit lunge. We're really focusing on being able to push the ground away from us and into an acceleration phase. For this next drill, we're working on our acceleration from a ground up phase. So in a soccer game, you might go for a slide tackle and then you might immediately have to get back up and go into a sprint. So we're really working on that with this drill. What we're trying to do for this drill is we're trying to explode up with our arms and then get that leg under us into the acceleration posture and then push off our leg into an acceleration. After repeating the acceleration and plyometric exercises for about 3 to 5 reps each, now we're moving into some change of direction work. We're really working on being able to shift our body's momentum and accelerate into a different direction. In this drill, we're working on our 180-degree turn. In a soccer game, you might have to turn 180 degrees and sprint back in a counterattack. So it's really important that you are able to work on being able to get low and push the ground away from you and accelerate into that opposite direction. Make sure that when doing this drill, you are practicing both legs. Don't just push the ground with one leg. Make sure you're pushing with both feet. As you see here, I'm doing it with my weaker side. This is to make sure we have a balance on both sides and are able to accelerate into our max velocity with both sides. After repeating that for about a set of 4 to 5 reps without the ball, now we're going to do the same thing except with the ball. So unfortunately, right after performing this drill, my GoPro died, so I wasn't able to film my last drill, but I did go to the field and perform this drill in another speed session, and I filmed it so I can show you guys what I did for my last drill. This last drill I performed in my speed agility session was the T agility drill. Now this drill is used a lot by colleges to test their players' max speed, max change of direction, and all we're working on here is being able to get low around those cones, turn 180 degrees, and then get back to the center cone and turn 90 degrees. After doing that for about a set of 4 to 5 reps, just like the last drill, we're now moving into doing it with the ball. It's really important to also work on your speed with the ball, especially if you're an attacker. So we're just really working on being able to make sharp turns with the ball as well.
Alright guys, so that is the end of my speed session. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you guys enjoyed the drills I've given, and hope you guys found some value from the explanations I was able to give. Please remember that I'm not certified to say it with certainty. I'm just saying it with backed research. But I hope you guys did find some value and you did learn something new, and hope you guys can apply all these drills I've shown you into your own training routine. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd mean a lot to me and it helped the channel grow. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.